Most people believe they already know what China looks like, but far away from its crowded cities lie places that many have never seen or even heard of. Ancient temples carved into cliffs, remote mountain regions hiding traces of forgotten civilizations, and landscapes so surreal they feel almost extraterrestrial. This is another side of China, the one nearly overlooked. A land where clouds dissolve into the sky and the horizon feels endless. High on a jagged peak, a golden temple rests as if it was gently placed there by something beyond human hands. At Laojun Mountain, legend tells of Lao Tzu, the ancient Taoist sage who came here more than 2 millennia ago, seeking silence, not to escape life, but to understand it, beyond noise and distraction. The climb to the summit includes 99 winding bends, each one a reminder that harmony is found not in resistance, but in alignment with nature.
Above 2,000 meters, everything below fades away. Only stillness remains. The temple, rebuilt during the Ming and Qing eras, is aligned with ancient feng shui principles, blending architecture with the rhythm of the mountain itself.
Even today, visitors don't only come for the view, they come for the feeling, a sense that somewhere above the clouds, clarity becomes possible. Not far away, cliffs open up into vast honeycombs of rock. Narrow wooden paths cling to the stone, connecting thousands of carved figures. This is Maijishan, the Wheatstack Mountain. Since the 4th century, artisans and monks have carved more than 7,000 statues into its surface. Some are small and delicate, others rise over 16 meters high. Their style reflects a fusion of cultures, India, Persia, and China, carried along the Silk Road. Unlike rigid stone carvings found elsewhere, these figures feel soft, almost alive. Across centuries, Maijishan became a spiritual archive, each cave preserving a moment in religious evolution. Further along a remote peak stands Guanyin Temple, suspended above the world at over 1,600 meters. Reached only by steep paths and narrow bridges, it feels less like a building and more like a thought placed in the sky. Locals believe prayers sent from here travel directly into the heavens. In the mountains of Sichuan lies Laojun, the world's largest Tibetan Buddhist academy. Once home to tens of thousands of monks and nuns, it spreads across the valley like a sea of red wooden homes. Everything here is self-sustained. Homes, temples, study halls. Life follows a strict rhythm shaped by devotion, discipline, and shared purpose. For decades, this hidden world remained almost unknown outside the region. Rising above the mist is Fanjing Shan, one of China's secret Buddhist peaks. At its summit, 2 temples stand on separate rock spires, connected by a narrow bridge suspended in the sky. The mountain symbolizes duality, 2 paths, 1 truth. For centuries, pilgrims have climbed its steep slopes, seeking balance, renewal, and spiritual elevation.
Elsewhere, landscapes shift into mystery. A perfectly shaped pyramid-like mountain rises from farmland with no clear explanation. Nearby, an octagonal fortress stands in silence, its original purpose still debated, possibly military, possibly spiritual.
A vertical cliffside path of thousands of steps leads into hidden valleys where ancient communities still live in isolation. These villages preserve traditions, languages, and beliefs untouched by modern change. Across other regions, vast rice terraces ripple across mountains like waves frozen in time. Built over generations, they form a living system where water, soil, animals, and humans exist in delicate balance.
Hidden valleys appear like paintings brought to life. Mist drifting between cliffs, rivers reflecting light, and villages tucked quietly into stone. Some places feel less discovered and more remembered. Farther away, the landscape transforms completely. Volcanic deserts stretch like another planet, empty and silent. Nearby, salt lakes shimmer in unnatural blues and greens, shaped by minerals, light and time, rather than life, rather than love. Boiling sulfur springs bubble beneath the earth, releasing heat and colour that feel both beautiful and dangerous. In contrast, layered mountains of rainbow-coloured sandstone rise in waves of red, yellow, and gold, formed over millions of years by erosion and mineral deposits. These formations exist nowhere else on Earth at such scale and complexity. In the middle of the desert, a crescent-shaped lake survives for thousands of years, untouched by surrounding dunes. It stands as a quiet symbol of resilience in one of the harshest environments. Farther downstream, the Yellow River flows, both creator and destroyer of civilizations. It carved valleys, fed early cities, and shaped the foundation of Chinese history. At Hukou Waterfall, the river narrows violently, crashing into rock with overwhelming force. It is both beautiful and brutal, carrying centuries of sediment and memory. Finally, towering sandstone pillars rise into the mist like floating worlds. These surreal formations inspired myths, paintings, and even modern films. Here, the boundary between earth and imagination feels thin. The landscape doesn't just exist, it feels dreamed. This is China beyond expectation, not just a place of history or geography, but a collection of worlds, silent, sacred, and endlessly vast.